Ask Tony 1000 subscriber special version 2.0. Let's go. Hey YouTube, welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing good. How are you? What have you been up to? I like what you did there. That's interesting. Well, I'm glad you did that. Now we're all caught up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, baby. I know, cringe. It's what we got to do, YouTubers. We got to ask. If you don't ask, you don't get. So I've obviously, I think last weekend I did my Ask Tony 1000 subscriber special. And whilst I was uploading, someone asked me another, I think, 4 questions. 1, 2, 3, 4. So shout out the Angry Moose. I did say I would do this video. So he said, I hope I'm not too late with these. Here's my questions for Ask Tony. And then he says at the bottom, congratulations, dude. So thank you very much. And I will do my best to answer your questions. I've always got time for Angry Moose on my channel. Okay, so he has some good questions as well. So I'm going to enjoy answering these. Get the old brain working, okay? So I've got my notes as per usual. Question number 1. Top 3 King of Fighters characters. Ooh, very easy. Anyone knows. Been watching my channel more than 37 seconds. Knows the answer for number 1. Honourable mentions, okay. Now, if it was King of Fighters 15, because they've got the Samurai Showdown characters in there as well, okay, I think Nakoruru would be in my top 3. And there's a shout that Harumaru would make it as well, because those 2 characters, they've nailed it. They're fast enough to keep up with the other King of Fighters 15 characters, because the way they play in Samurai Showdown, I worried when I announced it. Are they going to be able to keep up? But no, they've sped them up a little bit, it feels like, anyway. But, or if not including them, so the main roster, and looking at it, not just one game in particular, but over the whole series, okay? I think I've got every single King of Fighters. I've got every single King of Fighters main game. I haven't got like the handheld spin-offs and stuff like that, but I'm working on it. So coming in at number 3, this is the hardest one to answer. Now, this could, if you ask me tomorrow, or the day after, or even the day after that, my answer might change on number 3, but I think the top 2 are pretty much locked in, okay? So, as of right now, and it's to do with the positioning of the moon and the current tide patterns, I'd say my number 3 is Andy Bogard. Yeah, I'm locking it in. Andy Bogard is my number 3 King of Fighters character. He's such an underrated character. Everyone goes on about Terry Bogard this, Terry Bogard that. He's a poster child and all that. But for me, it's always been Andy Bogard. Coming in number 2, this was an easier one. Joe Higashi. He's fantastic. I really like his character in the anime. He's brilliant in it. He's the kickboxing champ kind of thing. He's very cheesy character. But he plays, more importantly, he plays really well as well. He's got really good projectiles. He's super fast. I love his combos. Yeah, coming in at number 2 is Joe Higashi. And obviously, the game is named after this character, okay? So, who else am I going to pick? It's King from King of Fighters. She's always been my favourite. It's hard to explain, but she's got it all. Perfect speed, perfect combos. She's got projectiles. If I could design my own fighting game character, I couldn't do a better job than King. I like the... she's not really like a poster girl or anything, is she? And I kind of like that, you know? Yeah, she's got an interesting sort. She's a bouncer bit, a door woman, isn't she? Do you know what I mean? But as far as the playing side of it, I can't do a better job. She is the perfect fighting game character for me. So good question, the Angry Moose. Question number 2. Oh yeah, this is a good one. What's the cheapest game you've ever bought? I've kept the price tag on this as evidence, and it was wrongly priced basically. It was 20 pence for Red Faction Guerrilla on the PlayStation 3. I don't know if my camera's going to pick it up there. You can see it there, look, 20p. And the funny thing is, when I went to pay for it, I bought a couple of games. I bought it in like Cashmax or Cash Generator, one of these kind of places, okay? And I bought a couple of games. It was like £3 or £4. So I give the woman a fiver, say. And I looked, and she'd charged me, because normally the games are 50 pence. So I think it was an error, or it was an error. It should have been, 30p. But I went back in and said, you've overcharged me. And she made a funny thing as if, by 30 pence, as if it's only 30p. So I said, it's only 30p, so you can give it back to me. So I just wanted to prove a point. Now, I'm not normally like that. Ask any of my friends. Normally, any confrontation, I'll leave it because it's only 30p. But I wanted to say I only paid 20 pence for this game. So easy. The next cheapest then is, I've got one game, it'll be in your next question, but I had it for free. I haven't got many games for free, but there's loads of 50 pence games in my collection, from good old CEX. So yeah, that's question number 2. Question number 3. This is a tough one, this is. What's the most expensive game you've ever bought? Now, not including, the easy answer is Street Fighter 6, the Collector's Edition, $249.99. Second one is Mortal Kombat 1, which is just down there. Or you can probably see my... getting used to this pointing thing. I wouldn't be very good weatherman, would I? My Liu Kang there. That was $229.99. But if we're talking about just a game, no special edition or anything like that, I've got 4 games here, because I can't really remember. I've been very close to paying... I haven't got it yet. I think one day I will have it. The Godzilla for either the PS3, but I really want it on the PS4. Now that's fluctuates. It's gone up to 150, and sometimes it's 120. I'm keeping an eye, and a couple of my local stores have got that in stock. Not just CX, the retro game stores as well. And there was another time, it was £130 for the Sega Saturn, was Shinobi X. That was 130. I looked at the reviews, and I really liked the look of it. They said, the cutscenes are terrible. I thought they were really good looking. 90s, everything I loved. The cheesiness of it. I'm glad I didn't. I looked at the condition, so I was seriously considering. It didn't have a manual. I do think if it had a manual, I probably would have pulled the trigger on that. Okay. But as far as what I've paid, I've kind of got this rule. I've broken it once or twice, mine. I don't want to pay... Obviously, with Godzilla, I'll be breaking this rule, okay? I don't want to pay more than a new game for a retro game, if that makes any sense. So some games now are... I think Mortal Kombat Premium was $89.99. A lot of games now are $69.99 or $59.99. I don't normally buy... It is rare that I buy new games, like Street Fighter 6 and Mortal Kombat 1. The only other time I think I bought a game on release day was King of Fighters 15, maybe. I'm not that guy that's always got the newest games in my collection, okay? It's got to be a big game that I'm really excited about, and 9 times out of 10 I go all out on it, okay? So I've got 2 GameCube games, I've got a Sega Saturn game and a PS1 game. I'll show you first then. Now, this is kind of cheating if I picked this. The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. I still haven't played it. Now, this, if on CX, I think it's 85. Sometimes it's 95. I haven't checked. It might even be down to 75 now. On eBay for a boxed version of this game. It hasn't got the manual, unfortunately. You're looking around about the £100. You don't see this as often as you maybe used to, okay? But I had that for free, Okay, I won't tell you the story. If I ever, I did say if I get to 1 million subscribers, if I ever get to 2,000 subscribers, or however many years in the future, okay, I will tell the full story of this, how I got that for free, okay. So yeah, that was for free. Then I want to say, I do remember buying this, Skies of Arcadia Legends. Now, CEX, this has gone up to £125. I think at the moment it's about £95, give or take. But I paid £63 for that. That was a big hitter. When I decided to get back into my game collecting, there was a time when the only console I had, wasn't that long ago actually, was my GameCube. I got out of gaming completely. I thought I'm done with it. It's funny the tricks the mind plays on you. And I found my GameCube basically, and for some reason I loved this game. I originally had it back in the day. This is one of the games I bought the day I picked up my Nintendo GameCube, and it just happened to be really collectible, so I paid $63 for it. But since I bought it, it's gone up in price, okay? So that's kind of on the borderline of a new game. New games back then were about $59.99. So yeah, I've broken my rule by what, £3 or £4. Now I think I bought both of these in Super Tomato, okay? And the thing with Super Tomato in Cardiff, shout out Super Tomato in Cardiff, all his stuff, well, most of his games are very good condition, okay? So I'm aware I'm paying over CEX, but CEX, I haven't got these games in stock in this good condition, certainly, okay? So I think I paid over the odds for Real Bout Fatal Fury, okay, for the PlayStation. Lovely condition. I can't exactly remember. I was either 65. I don't know what it goes for on CX. I remember checking, thinking I had paid over the odds, but it is in very good condition. It's got the manual as well. It has got like an initial or some marker. Someone's marked the number 9 or something. But this is kind of for the artwork, okay? I've got this on digital as well. But I love this. I love the franchise, you know, Fatal Fury. So I think it was 65 I paid for that. I tell you what, there's another game I haven't got. 1 second. Sorry about that. Yeah, this is probably the second or joint first. Again, shout out Super Tomato in Cardiff. I got this in Super Tomato in Cardiff. Is Golden Axe The Duel. I won't go into how, it was a cool little story. I have told the story before. I couldn't believe my luck when I found it. Not the best condition. It's got a missing bit of that cardboard down there. It's a bit frustrating. The game runs perfectly well. It is complete in box as well, okay guys. And I paid, I want to say, I think £70, 65, £70 for that. And that's a hard game to find, that was. But literally, a short version of it. I said on my YouTube, like a holy grail. My holy grail for the Sega Saturn now is Golden Axe The Duel. I don't expect to find it. I'm willing to pay the waiting game. Went to Cardiff that weekend and saw it in there. And he wasn't originally selling it because it just come, someone had just traded in before I was walking in the building, as a guy was walking out, and he traded in a load of games, and this was one of them. It was like fate. This game found me. It's meant to be in my collection. Okay, I want to say £70 I paid for that. Okay, but again, Super Tomato. Shout out Super Tomato. I think I paid 75, and I did feel a bit bad leaving there. But it's in my collection forever. And I believe I paid for the condition of this game as well. It's X-Men Children of the Atom, again for the Sega Saturn. But that is in fantastic condition, okay? That's as if I've gone back in time to like the mid-90s and it just come out today. Do you know what I mean? I've never, this is the best condition game in my entire collection. It's got the little the advertisements, the game, the manual. Look at the condition of the manual. Yeah, this is, and I'm pretty sure this was 75. So I remember coming out and I sat on the wall and I was looking at it thinking, oh, should I have done that? I don't know. I think it's quite a bit cheaper in CEX, but yeah, that's in my collection forever now, you know. Yeah, I love the Saturn. Flipping out, I need to play the Saturn a lot more. Some of the best games came out on the Sega Saturn, didn't they? Yeah, so that's my probably... Sorry, I've gone a roundabout, but I like to expand on my answers. Yeah, that is, I think, £75, not including special editions. Like a lot of people now are paying like £75 for new games, you know, so maybe it's not that shocking. Okay, question number 4. Oh, I enjoyed this one. Favourite Johnny Cage lines from the latest MK1 game? What a hard question to answer. He's the star of the show, isn't he? He's fantastic, good old Johnny Cage. Like, I played last night, or the night before rather, I played Mortal Kombat X or Mortal Kombat 10, and he's funny in it, but they toned down the comedy aspect of it, or rather, in Mortal Kombat 1, they've ramped it up to like 10 or 11, you know. So what have I got here? Honourable mentions. So funny. When Kenshi says, "Get away from here," like when they're in when Melina, they're operating on Melina, and Kenshi goes, "Get away from here," and Johnny Cage goes, "You bitch," and they just look at they just look at him as if, "You can't say that," kind of disgusting. He goes, "You know, from the movie with the giant alien and Ripley." I thought that was really good. The other one, what's a nether realm? So they've been in school, like, learning all about the realms and stuff like that, and someone says, I can't remember who says it, but they mention, oh, we got to go to the nether realm or something like that, and he goes, what's a nether realm? I thought that was really funny. What other ones have I got here? Oh yeah, when he goes, like, that tornado with souls in it, and Johnny Cage looks at it and goes, "My God, it's a soul-nado." Brilliant. And it's like, you can tell he's thinking, it's like the acting, and it's animated as well, is spot on, do you know what I mean? But number 1 is right at the beginning of the game, when he's in his mansion, when he opens the door. So his missus has just left him, so he's having a hard time or whatever. The doorbell goes, he opens the door, and is it Liu Kang, Scorpion, and Sub-Zero are standing there in costume, do you know what I mean? And Johnny Cage goes, "What in the actual fuck?" And Liu Kang interrupts him so he doesn't actually swear. I thought that was comedy gold, that was. My favourite, that's the funniest. My favourite bit, I'm not sure the wording of it though, is when he gives Kenshi his sword back. He's paid $3 million for it. Because he didn't know he was going to give him his sight, his eyesight, you know what I mean? Nobody knew. That was a nice surprise. That's my favourite Johnny Cage, or arguably one of my favourite parts of the entire, I nearly said movie, call it movie, game, or whatever, yeah? That's my favourite part of the game, of the cutscenes, you know what I mean? There we go. That was my answering questions for the Angry Moose. So I've got it on 2 pages. I'm trying to save paper. I've got other stuff written down, so I've got like 2 little gaps. I know, first world problems, isn't it? Yeah, so thanks to Angry Moose. Yes, that was the Ask Tony 1000 subscriber special 2.0, we'll call it, okay? There we go. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for all the subscribers out there. I appreciate every single one of you. Yeah, thanks for watching. Love you. Bye.